Hello everyone, this is Amy from Moxidori, and this is our August plan with me. First of all, I'm going to get the August tab sticker off of the page and mark my month. These tabs are great because they have the beginning day right there on the tab so that I know which day August starts on. I'm going to set up a calendex. And I'm going to use a watercolor technique using my Tombow markers. I have a watercolor brush, and I'm just going to lightly put a nice light blue, oceany, kind of watery watercolor effect and create my calendex. I like this linear card because it has all the months of the year and which dates fall on which days, and I don't have to constantly be digging and figuring it out. So I'll just write down my dates, and then I usually write the letter of the day right next to it. Go back and fill in the days, and then I will create my opening page. I did my opening page just opposite of my calendex. I just decided to do it a little different. I usually make my opening page and then I never really look at it again. So I thought it might be fun if I had my opening page on the same two-page spread as my calendex. This way I can look at it more. I decided to go with an ocean animals theme for this month. Let's see if it sticks. I rarely stick to my themes. My ideas are just kind of all over the board and I just go with the flow. But I do love making these watercolor jellyfish. So I picked a dark blue, a medium blue, like a raspberry magenta color, and light green. So as with normal watercoloring, it's just a lot of layering. So as the colors dry, they become more muted, and you just need to let them dry and then go back over and add some more pigment. I put the Tombow marker pigment on just a piece of plastic to the side, and that's what I'm using as my color palette. So for the tentacles, I'm just going to make some flowy, squiggly lines. You can always go back and kind of add to, take away. And then a nice flowy, kind of inky center. I mixed all the colors in, and when you're using the darker colors, it only requires a teeny tiny bit. They really tend to take over. What I did not show on this is that once my jellyfish had completely dried, I went back in with the Tombow marker itself and used not the brush end, but the other end, and traced over some of the tentacles I had drawn already just to make them stick out a little bit more. You can see how I go as the pigments are fading. If you're ever looking for a good watercolor tutorial, Elizabeth Turnbull from The Plant-Based Bride does a great explanation of watercoloring and layering. I think it's her June of 2018 YouTube Plan With Me. She does the moon, and they're gorgeous. She has a lot of really great tips and tricks for watercoloring in there. Now I'm just going to go back and write down August. I decided to use a fun, flowy, kind of tentacle-y font. And then I'll go back over and make it look like faux calligraphy. Now I'm going to get into making the weeklies, and I decided to fully commit to fold over weeklies for my August. I'm going to set up all of my weeklies and hopefully get myself back on track with planning. Summer's really thrown my planning for a loop. So this is the A5 fold over stencil, and it is wide enough so that it covers 2/3 of an A5 page, and then the extra little third you fold over, and I'm creating a taskbar. So I love this because you can see your calendex monthly and your weeklies all at the same time. So just as things disappear into my phone, if I try to use an app for a calendar, if I use a traditional calendar, my items seem to get lost in my notebook and I don't refer to them as much as I should. So I love this fold over weekly for the monthly visibility that it provides. So here I'm doing an urgency / important matrix to kind of guide my running task distribution. If something is urgent and important, I do. If it's not urgent yet important, I plan it. If it's urgent and not important, I delegate. And if it's not important and not urgent, I dump it. Here I'm going to use the little monthly stencil from the 4-piece essential to create a monthly calendar on each weekly, right on the inside of that fold over. This makes making those little monthly calendars super fast because you don't have to, really pay attention to where you're writing the numbers. When I used to do this without this, my eyes would cross and I would get frustrated and lose count, and it was just really frustrating. So I really love this little stencil. I'm also going to create an intention place, a place for me to write my intentions each day. And I am working the Noom program and have been for quite some time to reestablish, or actually just create, I don't think I ever had a healthy relationship with food, to nurture my relationship with food. So I'll just write some of the days of the week and the dates down. Highlight the week that I'm working. And I decided to start off my weeklies for August on that second week. So there we go. And then you repeat the same process for the following, I think it's 3 more weeks. those tasks that always seem to come up. So we have my monthly, then my first week, and I can see my monthly and my first week at the same time, which I love. The stencil, you just line it up with the first dot from the center or the edge. There's my second week. And I take items from my calendex to put it on my weekly. The third week, you can see how it lines up to make the headings. And if I don't finish tasks from week to week, I just take the tasks from one week and migrate them over to the other week. The nice thing is that you can see everything all at the same time, which is really important to me.